Hello, my goal achievers. So in this video, I'm going to give you 3 really good quotes that's going to help you achieve your goals if you keep them in mind in your activities related to your goals. Okay, so they work for me, but I'm going to discuss them briefly. I'm trying not to have this video long, so just write things down because I'm not going to repeat it. But also, I want you to hit the like button and subscribe and let me know you are here, okay? So I can keep these videos coming. All right, so the very first quote is, if you are the smartest person in the room, you are in the wrong room. So that quote kind of hit me hard, right? I was like, okay, so I kept on hunting for groups and programs and activities that would lead me to finding someone that knew more about writing, knew more about losing weight. And I find that every time I found someone who did, I got better. Okay. So, the old saying, birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, you and the people you're with should have something in common, similar goals. But somebody in that group need to know more about it than you. Okay? Seriously. Because otherwise you're going to stay where you are, okay? And the people in the group that know less about it than you, they're going to keep moving forward. So to keep moving forward, you need to keep re-educating yourself and learning more that you need to know related to your goals to achieve your goals. But you can't do that if you're always the one that knows it all, okay, in the group. So you'll just be, re-educating yourself with what you already know. But what about what you don't know? Don't you want to know what you don't know about meeting your goals? Okay, because believe me, there's someone that knows more about meeting that the goal you're going for. There's somebody to do, okay, and that's the person you want to make your bestie. That's the person you want on your side. That's the person you should be having over for brunch. That's the person you should be calling at the start of your day, so they can give you some information on what they know to achieve that goal, so then you can start your day knowing what they know and be able to achieve the goal as well as they have. Because if someone knows more about it than you do and they put it to action, they are probably also better at it than you. I'm just keeping it real, or they show in some ways that they're moving forward faster than you. Okay, so once again, if you are the smartest person in the room, you are in the wrong room. I do not sit at the table with writers that are more new or amateur writers or writers that never wrote before. I don't sit at the table and I don't hang out with them because that's not helping me go forward. Okay? I'm not saying that I have anything against hanging out with very new writers, but I find that it's not helping me to go forward. So I often will talk to writers that I see in their bios they have achieved far more than me, or I'll actually sit down in the room and I'll imagine like some really famous writers are in the room with me and they're educating me. They're smarter in the room. Okay. Now, of course, people can say, okay, who's smarter can be subjective. Of course, but let's get realistic. There is also proof that will tell you when someone is smarter at doing something than you are. Okay. So it could be just a particular part of the process of meeting your goals that they tend to be smarter at, or have a better strategy of achieving the goal than you do. Okay. For example, perhaps the process of Bill Collins, what process he used to get started may be better than the one I used to get started writing. So you see what I'm saying? I would love to sit down and see how he gets started with writing. So I could see if his way he likes to start writing on paper, if if it's better than mine. Okay, when he produces first drafts. Okay, so let's move on to the second one on the list. But before we do, keep in mind when you strive to be in a room where someone's smarter than you, you're also learning to be humble, and you're also telling the universe that you always want to be a student. Okay? And when you always want to be a student of your craft, guess what? There's no place to go but up. Okay? You're going to go forward. All right? All right, so let's move on to number 2. Now, before I go forward to number 2, I do want to make one thing clear. In the room doesn't always mean an actual room. It could be maybe there's a book by somebody who's smarter than you in a particular subject that you want to learn too, and they're in the room because their book is in the room with you. Okay, so it's all about perspective with that. Okay, all right. So number 2 on the list is when it's obvious goals cannot be reached. Don't adjust the goals, adjust the action steps that you are taking toward achieving the goal. Okay, so most people, when they feel like, oh, I'm not getting much results in achieving, in my effort to achieve this goal, so maybe the goal is not for me. Maybe I'm going to change the goal, okay? Or alter it in some way. It's not that. You don't have to do that. You have to change and improve the steps that lead up to achieving that goal, okay? So I recommend that you look up John Asarif channel on YouTube. He has a whole lesson on how to achieve your goals. He has a chart that he's doing on the board. He talks to you about strategy, tactics, and processes. I've done what he said, and it's led me to achieve in writing, a lot of achievements in writing. But understand, of course, your steps always need tweak according to the speed in which you want to achieve your goal, and also what's comfortable for you. Okay? So you may have to keep updating the steps that you take to achieve your goal. But we should always be trying to optimize our steps to achieve our goals so that we can get maximum pleasure and maximum positive results at the end. Okay? So look at the steps you're taking. So if you're a new writer and you feel like, my goal is to be a great writer, in 3 months, okay? And you find that it's very difficult. There are some steps that you're taking that's just not working. If you're taking a step where you're just basing all of it on free writing and some make-believe magic that's supposed to make you be able to just write 90% of great work on a first draft, that's not going to work, okay? And it's going to put stress on you into producing great work and meeting your deadline to achieve your goal, which was to be a great writer within 3 months. So this was just an example I just gave you. So you're going to have to rewind and look at all your steps that you're taking. This should be done on a daily basis. If you feel like you're struggling to meet your goal in whatever you're pursuing, you need to step back and journal all the steps you took the day before or for the entire week, and start looking at what steps seem like they just wasn't doing their job, okay, in helping you achieve the goal. And take them off the list or improve them, okay? All right, so coming up is number 3. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe and comment and let me know you were here. Okay, so the last thing on the list is genius is persistence in disguise. Okay, so often when people create exceptional work and they keep doing this, people start to say, oh, they're a genius. Okay, oh, that's why they were able to do it. No, they were able to do it because they were persistent in making it excellent. Okay, they pushed through the difficult time that it was taking. Okay, the difficulty that was keeping them working on the same piece over and over again. See, because you don't see the process, you tend to automatically think that this particular excellent work happened through magic. And that's not true. Okay? Yeah, of course, with plenty of education, one can produce great work on the first draft, but there still is something that needs to be improved, and that still requires persistence. Okay? So, if you have the persistence and the drive, okay, to achieve your goals, okay, then at some point you're going to be seen as a genius. People are going to think you're a genius. And those are the people that don't have the same drive as you have, but don't want to believe that that's what it takes. Because then that's saying that they're lazy, that they don't want to do the work, that they don't have the drive. And that's admitting some kind of flaw about themselves. And nobody wants to do that. But the truth is the people that don't achieve their dreams or meet their goals, they just didn't have the persistence and the drive, okay? Anybody and everybody can be a genius at any time in their life. But geniuses are created, okay? And it is created through persistence. John Asarif says on his channel, there are people with unbelievable drive, and then there's people with none in achieving their goals, okay? There's people that rely almost completely on themselves to achieve their goals. I'm one of those people. I have an unbelievable drive. I've lost 80 pounds. I work out every day. I walk 40 minutes at least a day in the blazing sun like right now. I'm out in the sun, and I've been out in the sun for like an hour and a half already, okay? I get up every day. I eat healthy. I work out, you name it. Okay, when I was achieving my writing success, no one can tell me that I didn't deserve it. Okay? Know why I deserved it? Because I put in the time and persistence that needed to be put in order for me to become a successful writer. So I was persistent. I was up late editing. I was editing the same work. I was doing the same exercises over and over again. I was reading and translating the same literary work. There's not one day that I don't read literary and that I don't translate a piece of writing and that I don't practice a particular writing technique and I don't edit something new. Every single day this goes on in my life. Persistence, okay? So I just wanted to share this particular quote with you, and it's one of the most important ones because people often think, oh, they need magic to write great, to be a great artist, to be a great creator, to create unforgettable work. But what they need is persistence and drive. So I keep telling people, check out the channel of John Asarif. He was one of the first coaches on YouTube that I found, and I did his exercises, and I saw results within a month. I started getting writing success. I started producing better work. Okay, once again, thanks for watching. You can find me on Facebook at Writer Victoria Hunter. You can also find me on Poem Hunter under Poet Victoria Hunter, or you could just look me up under Poet Victoria Hunter. My poem is on there called The Outsider. You can also find me at my blog address at Writer Victoria Hunter. Okay, so just look me up if you want to read my poems. I have poems in Mystical Muse online, and in their upcoming issues, I have poems in Better Starbucks print and electronic issue, as well as in Down in the Dirt's print issue called Gone Fishing. You can find that issue on Amazon. I'm in a lot of different press. A lot of my work is scheduled to be published still. So hit the like button, subscribe, and let me know you were here. Thanks for watching.